immediately go. Just give it a few seconds, and then let's make sure that people can hear.
Everybody cannon is set.
Hey, Richard, do you know, is this just one pig? Are they going to just shoot one pig here and then move, or what are they going to do?
I have no idea.
No idea.
I think it's only one pig.
Not my department. But I'm guessing just one peg over there.
Yeah. There you go, Richard. And Corey? Corey Cruz?
Okay, we're good.
Audio good? Hello, everyone, and welcome back. Jason Rambo from the Dead Pair Podcast. We're here at the 2024 World FITASC. This is the shoot-offs. Before we dive too deep into today's events, I have two people with me that if you follow this shoot on world stage, they really don't need any introduction, but welcome Mr. Richard Faulds and son Charlie Faulds. Thank you, gentlemen, for joining me. Richard, we'll start with you. Tell us about your week. How's it going for you?
We've had a great week, and I've got to congratulate Pete and everyone at the club here who've done a fantastic job. They've set a truly world-class event for this World Championship. Jamie and the team who've set the targets have done a brilliant job. There's been every angle, every speed, trajectory, combination, tricky little things just to catch people out. Some good long stuff, fast stuff, you name it, it's been there. It's been really good.
Well, you know, it was one of the questions I was going to ask you because you've shot world championships all over the world, and I wanted to get your opinion on how this event stacks up to the other events that you've shot.
Yeah, I would certainly say it's ranking as right up there with the best. I haven't shot a World FITASC since, I think I'm right in saying 2018 was my last
Really?
one. Just for various reasons, haven't been, but yeah, delighted we made the effort to come to this one.
Awesome. Well, welcome back. Talk about your performance this week. Were you where you thought you would be, or maybe a little under or over, or what? Talk about your performance.
Yeah, like I said, considering the lack of FITASC that I've shot for a few years, finished on a 183, which
Highly respectable.
It's half a dozen birds behind Zach, who's shot fabulously. But I've made some mistakes, and at this game you can't make the kind of mistakes that I've made. You know, some of them have been physical mistakes, others have been mental mistakes, and you just can't get away with making any of those silly little errors at these events.
Right. Well, Charlie, I want to bounce over to you real quick. Feeding off of what your dad said, talk about your week here and your performance.
I've had a good week. It's been my first FITASC championship, sort of major international one. Like Richard and I'm sure many other people, I've had a couple of silly mistakes, but it's all just a learning experience. There's been a lot of weaknesses for everyone that have been, shown, but hopefully next shoot I'll be a little bit stronger.
Well, I got to watch you at Ant's place there at M&M for the World Sporting, and you are definitely an up-and-coming shooter. Talk about that for a minute. I mean, how cool of an honor to have your son with you when you're competing, I mean, he's probably feeding off of you as much as possible. Are you trying to hold back and just kind of let him grow on his own, or are you kind of pushing him along the way throughout the event?
Well, it's an honour to shoot with him until he beats me, which he has done on numerous occasions.
Right.
But no, I mean, to be honest, it's great. It's so good to have Charlie have such a passion for the sport and such a keenness at this stage to want to be out there and in the thick of it.
Awesome. Well, I know you have aspirations to keep going and do better, but overall, for your first World FITASC event, are you happy? I mean, I know you've made a few little mistakes, but this is your first one, right? So are you happy with where you're at?
I'm happy, yeah. There's obviously every shoot you go to, unless you shoot a perfect score, there's room for improvement. But I'm happy with how I did.
Awesome. Well, listen, guys, we're going to let you get out of here. I told you I'd only keep you for a few minutes. Any closing thoughts? Anything you guys want to get out there? I mean, I know you got Caesar Greeny on you. I'm sure you got somebody you want to thank.
Absolutely. I mean, all the team at Caesar Greeny who have supported us to come over to this event, and the guys back home, Larval, SWATCOM, Teague, all our usual supporters. Just want to thank them all while we can, and congratulations to Zach.
Yeah, I mean,
about time. He's been so close so many times. It's great to see him. We had dinner with him last night, and just by off chance we just walked into the same place at the same time, and I was, obviously, every shoot I go to I want to win it, but if on this occasion I haven't won, then Zach's the perfect winner. So well done, Zach.
Yeah, this is a first Worlds for him, a FITASC or sporting win. So, he's got quite a few nationals under his belt. So I'm sure this one was on the bucket list for him. Hopefully we get to talk to him here today. But it's kind of cool to see it finally come to fruition for him. So, but thank you both very much. We need to catch up with you. We need to get you on a podcast, both of you. I think it'd be a lot of fun, and we can dive into things a little deeper. So, but thank you very much for joining us.
No problem, anytime.
Thanks, Charlie.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
Well, folks, unfortunately, we lost Ben McAnally for today. He had to get on a plane and head back to Texas. So I will be joined here by some more guests here shortly. As you've just heard, Zach Kienbaum is officially your 2024 World FITASC champion. We got some shoot-offs here for second place with Anthony, and please help me out, David, with his name. It's for second place. I'm going to screw this up, so I'll let David screw it up.
The second place guy?
Second place, it's tied with Anthony for shoot-off.
I haven't seen it. Who is it? What's the first name?
Oh my gosh, we just had this
Is
conversation.
it Joaquim?
Yes.
Joaquim? I don't, off the top of my head, I don't know his last name. But
Lewis.
first name, Joaquim Lewis, I guess?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. There you go. Now we've got it.
There you go.
What country is he from, David?
I don't remember. Portugal?
Oh boy.
I don't
Portugal,
have
yes.
the scores in front of me. Yeah.
Yes. See, this is our engineer behind
Yeah,
the screens.
Joaquim Lewis, Portugal.
He's got his hands full with audio and video right now. He can't think. Two things at once just don't happen for him. Former world champion, but he can't this and that at the same time. So, anyway, hey, somebody grab me an interview. But this has been awesome, and again, I have to thank Bear Pelt for other help and support this week. The Rodens have been awesome, providing a Starlink, helping us out with the contest yesterday. You can see the beautiful vest behind me. They kind of help us set up this little makeshift studio. Thank you very much to Julia Gilman, HOA Shooting Sports. She has been so instrumental. I mean, from the start to finish of this thing, any little thing we need, she's been here for us. Pete Malloy and his staff, they should be very proud of what they did here. They had to overcome all sorts of adversity, and the shoot has been flawless. I mean, I heard George Digweed, I personally heard him earlier congratulate Pete for such a fabulous event. So when that happens, from a guy that's the greatest of all time in our sport, it's been a good event. So, David, I know you're busy over there, but talk to me here for a second. I know your shooting didn't quite go as you wanted or as you planned, battling a little bit of health issues, but you've shot all around the world. I mean, this event has been one for the record books for sure.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I thought the shoot and the targets and everything were. In all honesty, I'll come over there. But honestly, I'll just stay here.
No, Chad's here.
Okay, Chad's here. But yeah, I thought that, honestly, I'm kind of just bummed out. I don't want it to end. And it's so sad to me that it's over and I got to wait a whole nother year. No, I mean, it's not sad to me that it's over because I didn't win and I need another year for another opportunity. It's literally sad to me because it's so much fun.
Yeah.
I love this event so much. I love shooting with everybody so much. And it's done. I mean, I was like I was bummed out on my last layout at the end of the day, and so I think everybody here did a fantastic job. It was great to see everybody, and it's not over yet. You know, we still.
Yeah,
I
still
mean,
got shoot-offs
I'm
here.
done shooting, but we still got some shoot-offs. It's going to be pretty cool, I think.
Absolutely. Hey, welcome, my buddy Chad.
Hello there.
Rad
How's
Chad,
everybody doing out there?
Rad Chad Roberts, everybody. Chad, I know how you feel. I've looked at your scores, and I know what you're thinking, but I think you should be proud, dude. You put in a great performance this week.
I am absolutely ecstatic by my performance this week. I started out with the Super Sport warm-up event, and I averaged 5% more than I have been in the last few events, so I know my homework, I did it right. Talked to old David over there, and he kind of let me have it about how I was thinking about things, and Ben, and you know, some of the other shooters like Derek and everybody, and I did what I tell my students to do. Was I doing the work, or was I doing what I thought I was doing? I was shooting a lot, but I wasn't really, putting the right work down. So I did. Like David said, I think in one of his interviews, it was really expensive. I spent a lot of money in the last 4 or 5 weeks, but man, I'll tell you what. I had one round where I shot below a 21, and that was on a Fiocchi parkour when it was in the wind and full cloudy skies. So I was on a 23 going into the last peg, and it was just super hard, and there was nothing I could do about it.
Yeah.
I left some stuff out there, but I'll tell you what, today was my best day I had all week. I shot Craig off in the Beretta course, and those were, from what I kept on hearing, were
The toughest.
The toughest.
Yeah.
I shot a 23 on Craig off, and I shot a 22 on Beretta, and I was stoked.
Nice.
Shot really well. I was able to watch. Actually, I was watching Zach come off Beretta, his last peg. He ran the last peg on Beretta, and I didn't know where he stood at that point. And I have to give a shout out to one of my squad mates, Mathis Domas from France.
Well, hey, let's talk about that for a second, because that's something we haven't mentioned on this broadcast in the last couple of days. So for those at home that don't know, when you go to a World FITASC event, you don't choose your squad.
No,
not
at all.
They don't even announce the
Nope.
squad. They don't even announce the times you're going to shoot until like 3 days before.
Well, when you
And-
go to the opening ceremonies and you stand in line with your name, you get it, and that's when you get your squad picks. And it's kind of based on how you sign up, but who knows how you sign up, because the French don't tell you.
Right.
The Federation doesn't. And I got squatted with probably it's hard to say he's either number 1 or number 2 out of France. There's Charles Bardot, and then there's Delmas. And this kid can flat out get it on.
Yeah.
And,
But how cool is you get squatted with people from around the world?
yeah.
And
And
get
he
to-
didn't speak any English. He said good morning, and did you do good? And I was like, yeah. And he's like, good, or half thumb up.
Yeah.
And I was like, it was fun. We had a great squad,
Yeah.
and my Australian contingents, I think I might have to move to Australia now. They've taken me in, and I just got off doing some lessons with a couple of them, and the course, and practice course, and they're a good group, So yeah, just absolutely, man. If you guys, I don't care who you are,
You got to come try this.
This event only comes around, I think, every 4 years, and in the States, and you need to try it. I know it's crazy. It can get really hard. I mean, they set some really good targets here. I was really excited about the parkour layouts and everything they did, and he did a great job setting them, and a lot of thought process going through it, and just the sheer ability to shoot with other people you don't know.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Well, let's bench race here for a second,
Yeah.
if you will, or target talk, or
Sure.
scoops talk.
We love the scoops.
We love the scoops. Zach finally pulled it off. He's got a world championship under his belt now, but Anthony had a chance to at least tie him and drop 2. I believe it was on the last peg of one of the harder courses. So, and then not far behind, I want to say that Halen Hanks actually had a shot at overall going into today at one point.
I don't know if she had the shot the overall, but definitely top 3, maybe even top 2.
Yeah. Well,
she didn't shoot bad. I heard she shot 221s today. So
Yeah.
I mean,
But how cool for a lady to possibly be in the running for,
well, how cool is it for a lady that hasn't been shooting very much lately, and all of a sudden she just pulls it out?
Yeah.
It's like she's a teammate of mine, both on BNP Fiocchi and
Blaser,
as
yeah.
ours, and Blaser, and she's a good girl, and she did a really good job, and I wish I could have watched it. That's the only I get. If there was a downfall to this style of setup, is it's really hard to watch your friends
It's
shoot
so
because
spread
you
out.
don't know where they're at.
Right. Or the times they
I mean,
shoot.
geez,
Yeah.
this place is. I mean, it took me. I mean, yesterday on the B&P course, I think it took us 22 minutes just to drive there. So
In-
I mean,
in a golf
it's,
cart,
in
yeah.
a golf cart, it's a ways out there. And then anybody that the Europeans are obviously not used to using golf carts, and even my Australian friends were like, we were just flat out amazed at how many golf carts were here when we showed up the parking lot.
Yeah.
They were freaked out. They were like, you guys have? I'm like, we use golf carts here.
Yeah.
He
They
goes,
they hike there.
yeah, and they walk, and they walk a lot. So I mean that changes the dynamic. But like I'm obviously Zach's a good friend of mine, and I got him to. I always say that I got him to quit his his agriculture job to come down and work at the club that I work at in Southern California. And
So
Dad-
you're responsible for all these
no,
titles.
no. I just talked him into it because I needed a travel partner at the time. And he shot a lot, so I was like, "Hey, I got to go with
economic
Zach."
reasons, yeah.
And then Zezzy was working at our range too, as she was running all the trap stuff.
Yeah.
So it's a cool story. He's been chasing it. And he's been a bridesmaid for a long, long time in this particular sport of FITASC, and he's now one of the greats.
Yeah.
He always was one of the greats because of the other stuff he's won, but now he's truly in the. There's not many people that can say they can do it.
a three-time national champion is nothing to sneeze at.
No,
but
no,
FITASC, and we talked a lot about this yesterday. FITASC is a totally different animal, and
It's
for him
the F1 of this game,
Yeah.
or my world. It's like the trophy truck racing of off-road racing. It's
Right.
It's Major League Baseball of all baseball. It's it's the Premier League over whatever National League. It's the top of the top. I
Yeah.
mean, in a way, it tops everything. I mean, outside of maybe Olympics, it can't get any higher.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
you're truly doing it randomly. Like, this is not, I got the best squad of my guys that have my back, and we've been training together, tuning together, working and living together, and and going to the shoots, and they're all tuned. You're on your own. You're with 5 or 6 other people that you don't know. Some of them may not even speak English, or you don't speak their language,
Right.
and almost all of them speak better English than I speak their language. So
Yeah.
I can guarantee you that. And just that in itself is just great. So
Yeah.
I watched Matthew. He had every ability to win it today. He dropped. He was on a 25. On the Beretta course, and he dropped 3. He dropped 2
Yeah.
crossers. We went over to the Craig Golf course. He dropped one on the first peg and another one on the second peg, and he pretty much ran out everything except the green target, and that put him 3 targets down. And those 3 targets, he would have had it,
Right.
and that would have been somebody on my squad, and that was really cool to know that he had it, and it was really neat to watch somebody at that level, because I know Matthew has won a lot. In the past, and to watch him go through those nerves without his people around either. He
Right.
didn't have his team around. It was just we were all working with each other, and again, the language barrier and all that stuff was happening. So I was just trying to keep him. It's not like saying keep him calm. I was just trying to keep him fired up, because this guy gets it on, and I wanted to see him go for it. So it was neat. It was fun to be part of that. And I don't get that opportunity because I travel and shoot with some of my friends a lot of the shoots we go to, because that's the fun part. But to really be part of a bigger squad is probably why my scores were better too.
Well, another cool story too that's developed is the top 3 ladies, all USA, Karen Miles, Helen Hanks, and Madison Sharp are all 3 tied. So we're gonna have a shoot off with them here, along with second place for men's. So this ought to be pretty good. I don't know. I don't have the full schedule in front of me for
I
all
think
the
there's a
shoot-offs.
shoot-off for veteran too. I think
there
I
is,
think
yeah.
Georgia's shooting off for one of them also.
Yes.
So
George
that'll be
Digley
cool to
did.
watch.
Yeah.
And we get to see greatness. And
Yes.
there he is, Big George right down here. And he's being talked to by our little French buddy.
Come on, cameraman,
Nick.
get over there.
There he is. Come on, he's going at it. There he is, the Big George. That man, by the way, I just bought it as advanced video, so I know I kept him employed for a little bit longer for shooting, and I watched it on the plane. It was pretty cool. He's got some really cool new videos out, so you guys check it out on You
and
know,
that new thing that him and Ant are doing with that laser is pretty
yeah.
cool.
Look, that was.
That's
We've always
next
talked
level.
about it, but it was basically revolutionary in this game is watching somebody shoot clay targets with a laser
At night.
and watching what their gun was. And I know that when George filmed it, he was even amazed or even shocked at how much he moved his gun and way he moved his gun. So
Yeah.
it's pretty neat.
He got to learn a little something about himself doing that.
I
so.
think so. I think so. You know, and you know, it gives me something. I'm a sucker for the game. I love teaching, and I love to study the game. So when it came out, I got the advanced material through Chris Claxton's program, and it was pretty cool.
Well, I think we're about 6 minutes out from the shoot-off starting. They're out filling some traps and setting some receivers up on the traps. So I think we're getting pretty close here. We're going to get to see some action here in a minute. Chad, you know, you're someone that travels the circuit, travels all over the country, and a lot of people say, well, man, it must be nice to have sponsors to pay for all that. That's a pipe dream, right? I mean, maybe the top 2 or 3 in the world have sponsors to pay for everything.
Yeah, to pay for everything.
Out of your pocket.
Yeah, and look, I mean, I have awesome sponsors, and some of them pay me, and you know, but it's never enough in this game because it's so expensive. And you know, I chose to, you know, David and I talk about this all the time. We trade our jobs for other people's jobs to make some money. But look, I chose to I wanted to do this game, and I was going to do whatever it took, and that was to go out and teach. And I love to teach anyway. I was teaching BMX overseas in China for a little bit.
Really? You never told me that.
Yeah.
What are you holding out on me over here for, Robert?
Well, I
What
don't
the
know.
hell?
I mean, it was during Olympic years, and they had an Olympic team, and they needed people to help them train, and we were over there through my team since they're based in near there, and so the company I rode for, and so I was over there teaching, and you know, and that is a language barrier, especially those people there was zero English except their interpreter, so
really?
Trying to teach somebody how to go through a corner and high-low somebody or do whatever it was an experience. But you know, with this is the same thing. You know, I wanted to really dive into this game, and I figured, you know, Zach even talked to me about it. You know, if you want to do this, you're going to have to sacrifice and go to these shoots and get beat over and over and over. And I started in 2007, and I'm still getting beat over and over and over. But I tell you what, I'm learning every time. Even when I want to quit and I get down on myself, I'm always learning. So.
Well, it's kind of a cool story because you overcame a lot of adversity at Anthony's for the World Sporting right before you left to come over to New Jersey.
Sure.
You broke your stock.
Yeah, I was at our state shoot, and I've won state over there at FITASC twice, and open once, and I had a really good feeling of being able to do it again. And first day out in the prelim, halfway through, I thought it connected back tires between my buggy and another guy's buggy, and it happened to be my stock, and it exploded in 2 pieces. So that was $15,000 that I thought was down the drain. I sent it to Jim, my sponsor. He calls me 3 days later. I broke it on Friday, and he got it on Monday, and he called me on Wednesday before the Worlds, and he says, "Where do you want this thing buried?" And I was like, "At the shop somewhere, and I'll just bring my stock gun in, and we'll refit that." And he goes, "Okay, get to the Worlds." I've been working on my other gun. It wasn't really great. I was kind of not good, kind of good, just kind of was there, but I was trying. And I started taking my stock off, and he goes, "No, you don't need to do that." I'm like, "Okay, you're going to do all the work on it?" He goes, "No, you can take it off, I guess, and since you need to take it." I'm like, I was confused. Then he turned around and pulled it out of the shelf, and it was completely fixed. And, I posted some stuff online, and the thing was shattered, and the fact that he got it back, and there's people who have looked at it over and over and over, and they can't tell this broke.
Yeah,
so.
just so everybody knows, this thing had literally a handful of wood pieces.
Yes.
Snapped the stock, and it's back together. You can't even tell where it broke. So credit to Jim Greenwood.
Yeah, he broke pieces of wood off to match the wood and then recheckered it. And there's resin where there wasn't any wood, so it looks like a knot in the wood. And he made it look really neat, and it didn't change the quality of it. It shoots really well. It's actually probably stronger than it was. And, he got me back going, and I'm just super stoked. And, again, I know I'm sponsored by him, but this is the stuff that Jim does for even his regular customers, and this is part of why I say get fitted, get a good gun, get good equipment. Support those that support the sport. Because if I was on a gun that was with somebody that doesn't support the sport, I would have been SOL. So I really needed. It was really good to have that that backing. So that's the support that we always are looking for. So this game needs it, you know. You know, we're in a niche, you know. It sure seems like we're not, though, seeing all these people here. This is
Oh
pretty
my
crazy.
goodness. I can't, I mean, here we are again, you know, people that don't stick around after shooting. I'm looking at 250, 300 people here for the shoot off, almost as many as last night for the make or break shoot off, and they're still piling in. This is awesome, but this is the pinnacle of our sport, folks. I mean, the World Sporting, the World FITASC, these are the two biggest shoots in the world in our sport for sporting clays, and it's just awesome to see. I mean, so many, if you're into the sport at all and you know who the top shooters are, they're all here right now. I mean, they're all, you could throw a blanket over them. They're all right
I
here.
I see Will Fennell, Madison Sharp, Halen Hanks. I see Anthony sitting on the ground.
George Digweed, Richard Falls is over there.
Yeah, I see a couple other French guys that are here. I can't see who it is, but we got Diane Sorrentino behind us over here, and I am part of the show. Now you're part of the
What's
show.
up, Diane? Come on, hop up here with us. Come on, you get in here.
Anthony's wife's here. Hey, that's what we need to do, is a show on the ladies behind the scenes.
We need to do one on all the girls for sure.
Yeah, for sure. We got to get the ladies that.
Diane,
Absolutely.
you could come join us for a minute if you want to. We'd love to have you.
Yeah, Diane, come on in.
We're gonna have Diane Sorrentino join us here for a minute.
Yeah, we need to do one on all the wives of the shooters and what they go through.
We're gonna call it the kitchen pass.
the kitchen pass.
We're gonna call it the kitchen
they
pass.
can go shoot.
Yeah.
Give them the kitchen pass. Are you giving Anthony a
take care
kitchen
of-
pass to go shoot? Are you giving Anthony a kitchen pass to go shoot?
Welcome, Diane. We got Diane Sorrentino with us. Diane, talk about how your week went and your performance for the week.
Well, look, obviously a few short, but always glad to be here. I love World FITASC. It's just the pinnacle of the shooting.
Is this
gear.
your favorite out of all of them?
I think it is. I really do. I'm just glad to be here. I thought the targets were awesome.
Oh, man.
I thought they were challenging at every turn.
Yeah.
There was really not too many gimmies out there, as we would say.
No.
Well, you know, I was super jealous. I wasn't able to be here in time to shoot the world's that little hospital detour. But anyway, I did drive around and I watched all the parkours and the targets. I was so jealous. The targets looked like so much fun. Not easy, but they looked like just absolutely wonderful targets.
I agree, and that was a good observation on your part. They absolutely were, and to see some of the scores that came in is just unbelievable.
Oh,
and hats off to Zach.
I mean, a 189.
That's
incredible.
over the top shooting. That's awesome, but well deserved on his part.
So, we know you work out of M&M with Anthony under his tutelage, and you've been to several tournaments there, and we've talked several times about how great Anthony's tournaments are. How do you think this event stacks up to other world championships that you've competed in, and even, you know, as recently as Anthony's World Sporting?
You know, I think they did a great job here. I mean, their terrain, we can't quite duplicate that on the East Coast, this terrain, but, you know, both world championships, I think, being held in this country, I think we should be very proud, hold our heads high. Both were just awesome events.
Yeah, and I think Pete Malloy and his staff really ought to pat themselves on the back. They need to be proud of what they've done here.
Exactly, I agree with you. It was an excellent event. I think everything ran well.
Absolutely.
I mean, little rain here and there, but that's what happens. But, you know, the event at M&M, the event here, just first class.
And if you don't believe us how good it is, you can spend $300 and come out here tomorrow and shoot all you want.
Yeah,
and it's
that's right.
it's
Pete's
$300,
opening- yeah.
and it's as many targets as you can.
Pete's opening up
pull
the
up
course
on.
for the
Yeah.
for the
Everything's
public,
open,
yeah.
all the sporting courses and the FITASC.
Heck of an opportunity.
Yes, sir.
You know? Well, Diane, listen, we really appreciate you joining us. We'd love to have you on for a podcast soon. I know we've been chasing each other for the last couple of years, but let's make it happen soon.
Sounds good. I'd love to do it. Thank you.
Awesome.
Good seeing you guys.
Good seeing you, Diane.
seeing you.
Thank you.
So it looks like they're all rolling down to the
Yeah, they're
lower, where the practice one field was earlier today. It looks like they're going to have some shoot-offs there, and I don't know who's shooting off down there first. And unfortunately, we can't take all this equipment with us. So
Well, David's got a
David could
lens
start
over
running,
here.
and
He's got a lens over here. He can zoom in on him.
Hey,
so,
you know what we can do, guys? If
give me
one
one
of
second.
hey, listen, if one of you guys want to go down there and FaceTime me, I can share the screen and they can watch it.
I don't have FaceTime though. I have WhatsApp. I can do WhatsApp, but that's it. He has an iPhone. I don't. I can do WhatsApp though.
That'd be fine on an Android phone?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do that.
You want me to go down there?
Yeah.
Okay. Want me to go down there and I'll film it and I'll just go on WhatsApp and call him and you guys can share.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do that.
I won't be able to hear you guys though.
Or you
That's
can
okay.
call me.
No, you got to call me.
Okay.
Yeah, call my do Androids have a video call?
So, just so everybody understands what's happening, they've had to move the shoot-off down to the police ring, which is adjacent to where we're sitting, unfortunately. So we're going to send Brad Chad down as a field reporter, and he's going to send back up to us what's going on. So bear with us here for just a minute.
Let me hold on. Let me see if I got WhatsApp on there.
No, I'm just trying to figure out if I'm going to go down there and film it while. Who's shooting off down there? Oh, everybody's going to do it down there? Man, it's no good.
What happened?
Get it wrong, buddy. All right.
Bear with us here, folks.
What do you want to do, Dave?
Hold on 1 sec. I'm setting up.
There's no way we can move this equipment down there that fast.
Not that fast.
What's that?
There's no way we can move this equipment
I
down
can
there.
tell you right now if I don't get
Well,
down there.
no, but it'll work totally fine.
You just need to call us.
Yeah, I just got to make sure. Somebody just say something. Why would they shoot off down there? All right. Absolutely.
Okay, I'm gonna. What's your WhatsApp?
My WhatsApp? 949-637. I have your 828.
Did you just get what I sent you?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, call me on that one. I'll share the screen of my phone to the computer, and then I can share the screen of the.
What about me? I can't hear you.
We won't need your. Yeah.
You guys just commentate.
Yeah.
All right. Hey, David. Watch my gun right over there.
Okay.
All right, folks. While we're waiting, got a little special treat here for you. Give me just 1 second. He's coming up here.
Where do you want me?
Right here.
Oh my God, Zach.
You know what?
Hey, I want
Everything shifted on us.
Wait, I want to give Zach a hug.
And then, oh my goodness. Everything shifted on us. They moved down to
this
the
on?
lower field. Yep. And it just so happens we have our new 2024 World FITASC champion. Congratulations, Zach. Look at this. It's hug time for David Radulovic. You believe this?
I'm so freaking proud of you, dude.
Oh my goodness. We got man crush going on here. So
I don't know.
You will
just- it's
too.
just-
Hey, when you get up on the podium, they start playing your national anthem, you're gonna cry like a little girl.
Zach, how awesome, man. I mean, you know, you're a reigning national champion. You know how to get it done with a shotgun, but this one's eluded you for a while.
This is,
And you finally
In my-
got it done.
I've said it since I was a kid. The two shoots that I always wanted to win the most is this and our national championship.
Congratulations,
And I've
man.
watched David,
Sincerely.
I've watched Derek, Anthony, not everyone, obviously very few, but it's a tough one. It's the hardest shoot in the world to win, in my opinion.
I mean, but what's really cool, I mean, dude, a 189 with these targets, what a performance. Do me a favor, bring me up to speed, thought process going into today. How were you feeling? What were you thinking? What was your focus?
I mean, I was definitely in the driver's seat, really, but to me, it has to not. I can't put too much pressure on myself. So I'm just telling myself it doesn't matter. I can remember David when David won in Hungary in 2017.
Right.
His mantra was just pure moves, just making pure moves and seeing the bird well. And that's honestly that's what I thought about a lot today.
Just kind of keep it focused
Just
on the
look
process.
at the bird,
Yeah.
and to me, it can't matter too much. So,
Right.
just And it happens. I came into the shoot with zero expectations. I had a really good practice last week. Monday after the North American FITASC, and no expectations, and it just happens when it's supposed to happen. It happens.
Right. Well, and I know how modest you are, and everybody wanted to come up and congratulate you, and you're like, no. There's still
Anthony
a lot of
was
good
out
shooters
there.
up, and Anthony was out there with a chance to tie you.
Oh, no, he had a chance to beat me. If he
If
shot
he would've
50
straighted,
with
yeah.
50 straight, he'd finish on 190, and he straighted the first layout, game bore, and I knew if anyone's going to do it, he can do it.
Yeah.
I couldn't be prouder to share the podium with him.
Yeah. I mean, you guys are longtime friends, and I understand your thought process, but there had to be a tiny bit of you going, come on, man, let me have this one, let me have this one.
Yeah, Anthony, you have one? Let me have one.
It's my turn.
Right.
But, I mean, how cool. I mean, you and Desi have to be ecstatic. I mean, you have to be. And, I'm sure Beretta's happy. I'm sure Winchester's happy. You probably have your phone lit up by now.
It's going crazy.
It's so awesome to see. I mean, here in our shores, the World Championship, the Sporting and the FITASC was here this year, and for an American to win it, and especially you, again, I can't say congratulations enough. Seriously.
Awesome, I appreciate it.
So super proud of you, super happy for you. I know you've got a ton of handshaking to do. I caught you right in the middle of all of it, but thank you so much,
Thank
Zach.
you. I appreciate it, guys.
We appreciate it, buddy.
Thank you.
All right, everyone. Zach Keenbaum, 2024 World FITASC champion. I mean, you got to be happy for the guy. I mean, and an American got it done this year, not being biased to anybody else, but I am an American, so I am biased. So, David Radulovich, would you back off of the man crushes in the middle of interviews, please? Thank you very much for your cooperation in this matter. Have you got Rad Chad on the phone yet? All right.
Yeah, start ad-libbing.
Start ad-libbing. Okay, that's easy enough to do. Millions of people watching, and I'm sitting here by myself. No. Hey, listen, we've thanked a lot of people, and I want to thank the sponsors of the podcast because they help make this happen too. So thank you to Elite Shotguns, Fiocchi Ammunition, sponsor of this shoot as well, Oda Pro Technologies, Atlas Traps, RE Ranger Performance Eyewear, Rhino Chokes, Vero Beach Clay Shooting, Don Grant Mental Training, of course Casey Chase, the Score Chaser, Taconic Distilleries. Could not do what we do week in and week out without you guys. We're going to start trying to do a little bit more of this live stuff as it's feasible. A lot more coming out on that soon. Another little tidbit real quick. I talked to Sean Alley, my co-host of the podcast, and this week, because of all my travel and because of everything he's got going on, instead of releasing a normal podcast like we normally do, we're thinking about doing a Scoops live on Thursday night. Thought that'd be really cool. We can capture the audio off of that and we immediately release it as a podcast. Something a little different, something a little bit more unique, so we're going to give that a shot. Don't forget, you look at these beautiful vests behind me, Bear Pelt, check them out. You have a chance of winning that Dead Pair vest, that Dead Pair Blast vest right there, just by attending the Dead Pair Blast. We're going to do a little something special with that. So whether you win or not, doesn't matter. You might have a chance of winning that exact duplicate vest, obviously with your name on it, not mine. But definitely check them out. Again, thank you so much, Pete Malloy, Julia Gilman, HOA Sports, for making this happen, Bear Pelt, and David Radulovich. I cannot thank him enough. I know he's got a big head. I know he drives everybody nuts with all his talking, but without him and his equipment and his help, there's no way we could have done this. So thank you to David. Speaking of David, are you getting any updates from Mr. Roberts?
Yeah, he did the video call and he called in, but we don't have good enough service for it to work, so it's just not going to work.
Okay. Can he at least audio to us?
Yeah, but then I have to create a total new. It's just not. We just won't be able to do it.
Okay.
But I guarantee you, they're gonna finish that up here.
Okay. So they
Yeah.
are.
So when they finish it up here, I'll switch lenses and I'll be able to zoom in real good, and we can commentate on that.
All right. Cool. Well, if we can get a relay from somebody down in lower field, if something's determined before they get up here, just somebody to relay the information, so we can tell everybody what's going on. So, nothing like being live and having a hiccup. So there's nothing like being live and having a hiccup, right? So bear with us, folks. Okay, we're trying to bring this to you the best we can. We're flying by the seat of our pants. Shoestring budget, you know. So, but we're doing the best we can. So, hey, Eric, jump in here just for a quick second, would you please?
Hey, Jason,
Yeah.
switch. I want you where Eric is because
Okay.
I can really get a nice face shot of the interviewee.
Okay,
If
yeah,
it-
let's do that.
Nobody wants to see your face.
I know it, right? I mean, thank God you're not in here, David. We'd have to use wide-angle lens. So, hey, Eric, while we're trying to catch up with everything, everybody, Eric Roden from Bear Pelt.
Hello, everybody.
I've
Thanks
thanked
for
you
tuning
guys
in.
100 times, and now I get to do it live on there. Thank you so much for all your help this week. You and Heather have been amazing.
Our
So,
pleasure. It's been a great week.
Eric, you and I have been talking a lot about, you know, with everything going on with the business, it's just getting hard to shoot. You know, unfortunately this week I wasn't able to shoot a whole lot. I got to shoot a 5-stand, that was it. So talk about that for a minute, because you're a competitor and your heart's in competing, but at the same time, our heart's also in bear pelt. So it's a little hard to do both.
It is, yeah. You know, obviously I've been an alpha competitor for a while. But yeah, with the business it's hard, you know, but it's been a mixed blessing. I mean, you know, the support everybody's had, or the support we've had, I should say,
Through Bear Pelt.
through Bear Pelts from the community has been great. And you know, you don't get to shoot as much, or I don't get to shoot as much as I used to, but it's
Kind of got to pick and choose.
yeah,
now.
and you know, but it's just great. You know, being here every day, part of the community, and seeing everybody come in, and you know, new customers, old customers, current customers, I should say.
Yeah.
And it's
Is there
just a great. The shoots are phenomenal, whether I'm shooting or not.
Yeah. Is there anything you could tease us with? Anything new coming out with the bear
Oh,
pelt?
geez, yeah, we have. We're always innovating, always coming out. We have 2 new fabrics that are
Really?
coming out. Yep, and those will be debuting very soon, as well as our Bear Pelt Outdoors brand will be coming out very shortly as well, just in time for dove season. So
That's
everybody
exciting.
will get their high performance, comfortable dove vest
Man,
for that
that's
hot
so
weather.
cool. That's so cool. You know, and that's what I love about bear pelt is you guys, you really could have stopped at the first vest design because it was so awesome, but it's like a never satisfied type attitude, and you guys are always innovating, always trying to come up with something new, and I think your customers see that and appreciate that, because you have customers, they don't just own one bear pelt vest. You know, David and Ben were joking about it last night. They're trying to tease each other who's got more vests, but I know a lot of customers that just, it's like collecting, you know. They've got 17 vests. It's like, gee, many Christmas, how do you decide which one to wear? But they love what you guys are doing, for sure.
Yeah, I mean, we see a lot of creativity with vest designs, and people are coming up with just amazing. I mean, I'm looking at David's latest vest right now, and the thing is incredible. You have to see the thing up close, because
Oh,
from a
my
distance
goodness.
you can't even make out
Yeah,
three
it's pretty,
quarters of what's in
sick
the-
nasty.
Yeah.
of what's on that thing, but very unique, very cool, and you know, our customers are getting more creative by the day. It's just amazing seeing the vests that are coming off the assembly line, and what people are doing. So,
And it's cool because we're here at a world championship. There's competitors from all over the globe, and they have bear pelt vests on. I mean, that's got to tug at your heartstrings.
it does. I mean, we're on cloud 9 right now because the 46th World FITASC was won in a bear pelt vest.
Yeah.
And I mean, I never would have imagined being here 3 years ago when we started. I never would have imagined having a vest in the Olympics. I never would have imagined, the support and growth we've had from this community, and the fact that we're able to be made in the USA, and keep it here in the USA. Obviously, I mean, I wouldn't make it anywhere else, and
Right.
I'm glad we're still able to do that with obviously everything going on around the world, and we'll be USA made forever. And
That is so
and
awesome.
to see a USA made vest winning these international competitions, it's just not just flattering, but it's just very very exciting, and we're very thankful and humble.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, you guys have to be proud at what you've built with Bear Pelt. I mean, it's a family-run business, made here in the United States, and everybody just absolutely loves it. So, I'm so proud to wear my Bear Pelt vest everywhere I go.
I
really
appreciate it.
am.
Yeah,
So
you guys were always one of our first supporters, and
Yeah,
that's
I mean,
never going to be lost on us for sure.
we're not going anywhere. Trust me. We're Sean and I, no matter what happens moving forward, we will be in a Bear Pelt vest. So we truly appreciate it. And thank you again so much for all the help this weekend. My gosh, I mean, I had no idea. David's getting a little feedback here. What's going on?
Okay, so I'm getting updates on the shoot-offs right now. So right now we have Digweed. He just killed his first 2 singles, you said? All right, now his 3rd single.
David's multitasking here. He's got a phone to his ear.
Yeah, I got a phone. I'm controlling my phone, a mic, the soundboard, the stream, switching the different scenes, and he killed his 4th single. I'm communicating with Julia and controlling the super telephoto lens all at the same time. I can't tell you that I have ever done anything so complex before in my life.
This is like
that's how your brain works 24/7 anyway. I was just gonna say.
I mean, this is like David's pre-shot routine.
This is as usual.
Digweed out with 4 on the singles.
This is his pre-shot routine right here,
Yeah.
folks. So. Give him a time clock. Let's put some pressure on him.
Yeah.
So, all right. So George has killed his singles. You said his first 4 singles.
Yeah, Digweed killed his first 4 singles. The next person we don't know who is shooting right now killed his first 2 singles.
And this is a shoot off for.
Shot the 3rd. I believe this is for veteran.
Veteran.
Okay.
Okay. They shifted everything on us, Eric.
If they weren't behind those trees, we could see them with this lens.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm looking at
Connor
the lease
Daniels
field
is in
where they're
right now.
shooting off right now. It's probably a good 100 yards from here at least.
Okay, yeah.
And we thought it was going to be up here, and we're actually set up at peg 4. So they eventually will be moving up here where everybody can see what's going on. But right now they're starting down below, kind of going to work their way this way.
This will be the big finish up here at least.
Yeah,
right?
this will be the big finish.
Connor Daniels missed his 2nd shot.
And Connor Daniels is shooting off for junior first.
Yeah, is this for what is this for, Julia? For him, is it junior first? Yeah. He killed his 3rd single.
Okay.
Killed his 4th. With a 3 out of 4.
So, Eric, while we're waiting on a little bit of information to come in, give us a little bit of schedule. If somebody's wanting to come to a shoot and try on a bear pelt vest, or maybe order a new vest, where are you guys going to be over the next? Let's just give it a month.
We're traveling everywhere. It's it's still full swing for us for the season. We'll be at the U.S. Open,
at Northbrook,
the Grand American.
Okay. Oh, you're going to the Grand this year.
We are going to the Grand.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Yep. And hopefully debuting a new product there.
Oh wow.
So.
Well, that means we're going to miss you at Ohio State.
Yeah.
Bummed
we're definitely
about
doing
that.
Ohio State next year.
Next guy got out with 2 in the singles. Digweed is now up in the
come on
pairs.
into the tent. Yeah, I mean, we always have someone in there, and we'll be able to size you up and kind of help you with the process and whatever you need, and kind of the next steps once you.
Okay. Yeah.
Sizing is the easy part. Figuring out what the hell you want on it, that's the hard part. 'Cause we don't
that
make
can
it
be
easy on you,
difficult.
right?
Yeah.
But
and I was telling everybody, this Dead Pair Blast Vest.
that
they
turned
have
out pretty cool, didn't it?
Oh my gosh, it's amazing.
Okay. Digweed got out with a perfect score on the first peg. Digweed perfect score on the first peg.
Straight into first peg.
Yes.
Nice, very nice. I was telling everybody they have a chance of winning that at the Dead Pair Blast, and you're going to be there.
I will be at the Dead Pair Blast.
That is awesome.
Yes.
So cool. So cool. Well, we appreciate you coming down and joining us for that. And I mean, look, Florida in December is not a hard sale, right?
Yeah, I won't be whining about that.
Yeah. So.
Update so far is that Digweed is up 1 going into the 2nd peg, and this they will. Are they shooting 3 pegs on this, Julia, or is it 4? It's 4. Okay.
Okay, so they will be up here.
Yeah, so they'll finish up here. Yeah, and so Digweed's up 1, and we're about to find out on the Connor Daniel.
Okay, cool.
Connor just got a lost pair on the doubles.
So, Eric, it's kind of a funny story, but when I first met you, you were shooting a Kolar.
I was, yes.
And it seems like you have changed guns, like people change underwear. What are you shooting now?
I have done the dance.
You have done the dance.
I've done the dance.
You've done the
called,
dirty.
Yes.
You've been to Zoe, Parazzi.
Correct.
Beretta.
I'll tell you what. I've
On the next,
we have tremendous industry partners, and the ability to get my hands on a lot of these guns has been great, and play around with each one. But I'm currently in a Beretta SL2.
Okay. All right. How's that treating you?
That is an amazing gun.
Is that?
It's not a gun; it's a machine.
It's a machine.
It's a just completely different gun. The way just it's a Ferrari in your hands for sure.
That's very
It's a
cool.
very very good gun.
Awesome. What do you got, David? They moving this way? They're starting to?
They're now on the. They're all headed to the next peg, and pretty soon, I believe that we're probably going to be able to start to see them. I don't, and I may end up switching lenses because we'll be able to. What would be kind of cool is if we can get a feel from Julia on who is shooting up. You see all these traps right here.
Might be able to see the targets.
Yeah, we'll be able to see the targets, and I can show the views of the targets, so we'll know, like, oh, dickweed's up, and then you'll be able to see the targets being broken on live.
That'd be cool.
So that would be cool.
Yeah.
It just depends. I don't know where their pegs are and stuff. But I just want to say that so even though, like, I didn't win anything this week, this is a really proud moment for me. And it's got to be really proud for you, Eric. And you just mentioned it with Zach, but I think it's pretty cool to have a bear pelt shooter winning. This is the first world championship title won with a bear pelt.
Well, don't discount the runner-up at Worlds also wearing a bear belt.
That's true.
You should be proud of what you did too a couple months back.
Well, thank you. Yeah, but it's pretty exciting, and what's so cool to me is that going back. So that basically you guys started that 2021, right? Well, it was end of 2020, but really, I mean, the first shoot I ever
April
really wore.
April of 21 was when we launched.
First shoot I wore was the U.S. Open in 21.
And we announced it on the podcast. I want to say it was late March. That it was coming. We had
was
the podcast.
the Georgia
we had a soft launch, and then April 21st was our hard launch.
So the what is so cool to me, and I think obviously a lot of people recognize how the density of shooters that are wearing bear pelts from shoot to shoot has grown, but the guys that have been there since the very beginning, we were paying attention when there were 3 people at a whole shoot that were wearing a bear pelt, and I mean now to see, you go to a shoot and it's like, it's been so cool to see. The growth of people wearing the vests and the diversity of what they look like, and the involvement that you two, 3 have gotten, the whole Roden family have gotten, so immersed and involved in the sport, and really done a great job at creating a cool community and a family. And now, we have an Olympic medal, we have a world championship medal, and it's pretty cool, and it's really exciting.
Yeah, no, I appreciate the kind words, David, for sure. I mean, you were there since day one, and obviously without your support in the beginning, I mean, no one would probably have heard of us by now.
Well, I don't know about that.
But no, we're thankful to everybody, and it's become a family. I mean, they let us do pretty much anything we wanted this week.
Well,
we're able to.
Over the last couple years, I've traveled all around the country.
It's been a lot of fun, and customers and the industry and our industry partners have treated us like family as well, and it's never going to be lost on us. And like I said, I retired from one family, and this is another one here. So.
By the way, how's retirement treating?
Well, they pay to stay home, so it's don't really have anything to whine about. But no, in all seriousness, no, I definitely miss what I was doing before. But this not to sound cheesy or anything like that, but this community is a very similar fraternal community, and it was an easy transition for sure.
Yeah, the camaraderie in this sport is amazing. So, new chapter in your life.
Mm-hmm.
I was getting ready to say a minute ago, I've been able to travel all over the country at different shoots the last couple of years, and you can't go past the squad on any course without seeing a bear pelt vest. And I mean, the way it's exploded, I mean, I don't. Did you honestly think in a million years it would take off that fast.
I think I said it on your very first podcast. I expected, to sell to 4 or 5 friendly faces a month or people I put the arm to buy one, and it's been the opposite.
Explosion,
it's just been, we're extremely thankful for all the help and support we've had from the community, and we listen to the community. We innovate based on what we hear back from you guys, and every shooter. We listen to every comment, concern, recommended change, ideas, etc.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm sorry to cut you off, but I got to tell you this. I don't know if you remember this, but before that that I got involved with bear pelt, and it was kind of just an idea, and I saw a photo of a mock-up on Kirkendall's phone, and then we talked on the phone, and I asked you, because at the time I basically I purposely had not signed a contract with anybody else, because I don't like to have that many contracts, especially with something that doesn't excite me as a product, because to me, money, I don't care. I'd rather be excited about something that I'm involved in, something that I believe in.
He's got plenty of money anyway.
Yeah, right. Shoot guns for a living.
Yeah.
But anyways, so I asked you, I said, I was like, well, I really only have one, because I hadn't seen one yet. The only thing I saw was a graphic of a Photoshop or a Adobe Illustrator file. And I was like, well, the only question I have is, like, if somebody comes to you and says, hey, I have this idea, or like this would be a good improvement, would you be willing to listen and see if you could implement a change and if it would be an improvement? And your answer was yes. And that literally was the defining decision for me in switching. I was like, that's the only thing I care about, because if that's the mindset of you, then it doesn't matter. It doesn't even matter if the first one was terrible, and it wasn't, but it doesn't matter if it does, because of how rapid improvement would happen. And what's so cool is that, I got the first one and I freaking loved it. But what's so cool is, I've lost track of what model number we're on because of how frequently you're improving the designs, and there's nobody else that's doing that. You probably don't want to respond to that comment because it's probably not BC, but I don't care. It's awesome, and it's really cool to be a part of the company. It's an amazing vest, and if anybody watching this now thinks that they don't like it because they tried it, they didn't like it again, then I'd recommend that you try it again in a week, because there's probably going to be one that you do like, because it'll be different.
Well, you not to I don't want to cut you off. Do you have any updates for us?
No, not yet. Because
Okay.
I told Julia to just text me instead.
Yeah.
Because that way. Actually, she just sent me something.
All right. What do you got?
Okay, let's see. We got the guy tied with Digweed. I don't have the scores up in front of me, so I don't have. I don't know the names. All I just know is that the Digweed, he went lost, dead, out with 2. Connor Daniel out with all 3. Wait, who's tied with Digweed? Is he an Italian or a Frenchman?
I don't know.
Oh, well, do you have the scores pulled up?
Well, I have right here. Chad just texted me on the women's side. Halen went lost, dead. Karen Miles went dead, lost, dead. Madison Sharp went dead, lost, dead. Anthony went dead, lost, dead. And Lewis, who he's shooting off with, went dead, lost, dead. So they're tied neck and neck. The doubles right now, Karen Miles, went dead. Halen went lost. Anthony just went lost, dead, and Lewis just went lost, dead. So they're still neck and neck right now. So second place for the men's, for the HOA, is still at a tie.
Okay. And I'm looking at the scores right now, and actually it's a 3-way I didn't know this. It's Will Fennell, George Digweed, and Giuseppe Callo. I don't know how to pronounce his last name. Giuseppe's from Italy. I know that Digweed is leading that shoot-off. I don't know by how many points or where
Okay,
Will or
so
Giuseppe is.
in regards to that, Chad just texted me and said the second peg for doubles for the senior men's, Will
Thanks,
Fennel
Jesse.
went dead, and George Digweed went dead. So they're still tied right now.
I think Digweed hasn't missed.
I thought he straighted to singles though.
Well, that's what not missed means.
I thought you said he had a miss.
No.
See, this is what happens when
Hadn't.
you wear headphones and
Oh
we're
yeah,
over here
that's
without
right. You
them.
can't hear me as
yeah.
well as I can hear myself. You should hear what I hear myself saying in my head.
Okay, so sorry again, folks. We're doing the best we can to bring this to you, the absolute best we can. But they are moving this way. I see the crowd has shifted.
The crowd on the move.
Yeah, so David should be able to get something here pretty quick.
Yeah.
Okay, both George and Will went dead pair on the pairs. So it looks like they're still neck and neck. This is getting interesting, and we're going to get to see this drama unfold if they keep shooting like this right here in front of us where everybody can see it.
I hope they do. That'd be
They're
helpful.
going a third peg.
Okay, so the senior men and juniors are going to peg 3 right now. So we're going to get to see this. Chad said he's staying behind on the second peg for the women's and the open on the men. So lots of shooting going on. Unfortunately, we're not going to be able to see it here for just a minute. But looks like we're going to have some drama unfold here, Eric.
I hope so.
All right, I'm gonna start switching my lens.
Yeah,
so
go
I
ahead.
can-
Go ahead, David.
Okay.
We can't have you multitasking. Just do one
Well,
thing.
yeah,
at a time.
that means I'm gonna have to get off my pretty screen. It's gonna have to go to the webcam because we
There
don't
you
have
go.
enough cameras. All right, I'm muting my mic in case I start swearing when I mess something up.
Hey, Eric, you know, you guys travel all over the country. You go to a lot of shoots. Do you have a favorite shoot that you go to all your life? Is it Nationals? Is it the Open? Is there a particular club? I know it's a loaded
It's
question.
just great being on the road. I mean, I think there's only 1 or 2, major clubs I haven't been able to, to see yet. And
Favorite
yeah.
club?
uh,
One that you just really look forward to going to every time, no matter what shoot it is.
obviously, my bias notwithstanding, but definitely Northbrook. That's my home club, and that's definitely a training center for a competitive shooter.
Oh,
my
my
goodness.
goodness.
Place is, it's an hour away from my house, and I'd move on site if I could. I love the
Yeah.
place that
Well,
much.
Brett-
It's great.
Brett and
Yeah.
his staff do a great
Yeah,
job. They
they're
make
just
great
phenomenal.
targets. Oh my gosh, phenomenal.
They set targets to get you ready for any major
anything.
shoot. Yes.
Yeah. So definitely a lot of variety there. I don't think I could ever pick a favorite. There's so many clubs I enjoy for different reasons. Whether it's the beautiful Hillendale Club. It's David's home club that he grew up on. That club's absolutely gorgeous. The new Airport Ridge up in Ohio
Yeah, I'm
is,
dying to see that
my
place for sure.
goodness, they're putting so much into that
Yeah.
place. It's beautiful. Of course, Cardinal Center is a home club for me. But then again, going down to Florida, and I've been all over.
Beach.
Oh, Vero,
Yeah,
Blackjack.
Quail, Blackjack. Yeah.
Oh my goodness, man! There's so many awesome
It's like a
clubs.
different planet down there.
And I hope anybody listening to this is taking some notes here, because traveling the country, there's so many fantastic clubs out there. You think your home club is awesome until you go somewhere else and they've got something different, whether it's terrain, the courses, the targets. And there's something different at every one of these courses. They all offer something unique. So, no, I just thought it was a little interesting tidbit there on opinion if you had a favorite club or favorite event that you go to every year. I'd say event for me, though. I think I'd have to pick Nationals just because everydy's there.
Oh,
All the
yeah,
vendors
that's a sure
are there.
thing.
You can see so many people in one spot. So
It's almost a rhetorical question if you had that a week next year.
yeah.
For sure. No, that's a great week too. So, but no, this has been one of my favorite weeks. In my shooting career, obviously I haven't been shooting, a ton of years, but
Right.
yeah, this week has been phenomenal.
When did you get started in sporting?
I would say 2019. I think
Was it 19?
Yeah, I believe 19.
Okay.
I mean, I think I probably shot one event in 2018, and but yeah, 2019 I started getting serious about going to shoots and
Yeah.
punching
Got bit
up.
by the bug.
Oh yeah. No, and obviously with 2020 hit, all you could do was shoot. So
Yeah.
So I shot everywhere and anything. So it was.
I think 2020 was hard because it both helped and killed the sport. Helped because a lot of people didn't have anything else to do, and they were introduced to shooting. Killed because the price of everything went up. Commodities went up, ammo went up.
It's always
targets
been
went up.
expensive.
Yeah,
but,
well, it made it
for
worse.
Sure.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So,
It,
but it's starting to. I think it's. I don't want to say it's starting to come. I think people are starting to adjust to it now.
Sure.
They understand the cost of everything. So.
yeah, it's great to see it still hanging in there. That's for sure.
Got any updates, David? We're still trying to get a little bit of feedback here, folks. They are moving closer to us. Look at that monster target. My goodness. Did you see that, Shondell?
I do. Hey, I got a live feed of Jerry Fitzgerald and Derek Mine if you want to say
No. That's the Motley crew right there. All right, so here we go. Halen Hanks, dead. Anthony, dead. George, dead. That doesn't tell me anything. Come on now, you got to give me more than that. Madison Sharp, dead. Lost malfunction.
Yes. Yeah, you have to miss it on the first barrel intentionally, and obviously, I would imagine with all the fanfare, people behind you, and
Where do you see
everything
this?
else.
What's that?
Did you see them?
No, I was looking at one of the targets. I said, "Wow, look at that!" I mean, that D target is a monster, Shondell. Can you zoom in on that, David? That D target down there?
Yeah.
Of course, we don't know who's shooting it. There it is. Look at that. Oh my goodness! Somebody just smacked it right at the apex. We're trying, folks. Bear with us here. Yell it. I tell you what. Here's what we are going to blame David Radulovich for this. We don't know how or why, but we're going to say it's his fault. So I don't know. We're just going to figure it out and blame David.
Listen here, I'm pretty easy to blame because it's like I won't be there to respond to defend myself.
So I think it's pretty much official now. You're going to be a grandfather.
Yeah.
That has to be exciting.
It is very exciting.
Makes you feel old, too.
Yes.
No?
Amongst other things,
Amongst
yes. Yeah, but, yeah, no, we're very excited. Very blessed. To have a little grandson to kick around and
Yeah,
have fun
that's.
with, so yeah, definitely looking forward to that. Appreciate it.
And we're just counting the days till you take them shooting for the first time. You know?
Won't be long.
Won't be long. But yeah, I know. I mean, my wife. I have stepkids from my wife's previous marriage, and one of them has 2 little boys, and it is just. I tell you what, nothing steals your heart more when they come over and they want to hang out with you and do things with you, and nothing steals your heart more when one of them looks at you and says "Pawpaw." It's just, oh my goodness. It's something special for sure. So, and then, see, you get to be old like me now.
That's okay. I've had a good life. I can go anytime. Right?
You can go anytime. There you go. David, why are you focusing on us? You're supposed to be focusing on the targets.
There's no targets
The
to
audience
focus on.
definitely needs to see that D-bird.
Yeah.
It's you can see it, but I can't. It's just kind of like impossible to.
The breakpoint's
get
in
any.
Minnesota.
Yeah, the breakpoint's in Minnesota.
Also, I think I mean the camera's pointed over there, but I don't have you on that screen.
Okay, all right.
If you want, you can on your phone pull up the live stream, and then you'll see you can see what's happening. And then if I'm just trying to find people to kind of zoom in on and invade their privacy, and then if you want to comment on who it is.
Did you just say invade their privacy?
Yeah, invade their privacy.
Oh, okay, all right.
I'm trying to use this lens to see if anybody's talking about me behind my back.
Oh, I see.
Okay, well, I'd say until that they start coming up here with some shooting, we might as well we can talk about, I mean, anything that you want to analyze or talk about, or
Well, we've covered a lot of the shoot. And I'd rather ask Eric a question because I could ask you what you had for lunch, and we'll
Well, I'm not
eat
talking
up
about me.
30 minutes of airtime.
No, I
so-
wasn't talking about me. I was talking about like yeah, I mean, go ahead.
He
Take it
tried-
away, sir.
He tried so hard to put me on the spot, didn't he? So,
How did you know?
right? Hey, what do you think about doing this regularly, David?
I think this is a lot of fun. I think that it's something that I think our sport really needs this.
Yeah.
Because, you know, it brings the thing about a shoot like this is if you don't have something like this happening, that you know, if you don't have live coverage, you don't have interviews, you know, press conferences, so to speak, with the players, there's a huge sense of disconnection between the fans of the game and the people at the tournaments. And so what ends up happening is a couple of things. For people that are fans of specific shooters, that want to know what that person is doing differently, that maybe is allowing them to you know, work their way up the leaderboard, or why was he leading the first 2 days and then just disappear? What happened? I don't know. It creates longevity in what happens that otherwise would go unnoticed,
Right.
which is really important, because what ends up happening with that is that you give a life to something that otherwise is just a static image of numbers on the internet.
Right.
The other benefit to that is that if you are a fan of the game, and you're watching something like this, it would hugely incentivize you or excite you, hopefully, to sign up for the next one and
Right.
go try it and see what it's like, and maybe meet the people that you're seeing on the interviews.
And possibly be on TV.
Yeah, and possibly, well, yeah, who knows if this is on TV, but
Yeah, well, yeah.
but then from a, like, you know, Eric, for you, like from a sponsor standpoint, I think it's hugely valuable because it gives a platform to, you know, Zach winning the shoot. If we're not doing this, again, it's just a number on a thing, and maybe all of his you know, all of his sponsors post, you know, a picture of him on the podium or something like that. But, you know, nothing is as valuable as the real-time thing going on at the same time. You can do podcast interview after podcast interview, but there's a big difference in the saliency and the importance and the excitement around, like, oh, that just happened, I want to see what it is.
Right.
Okay, so people are coming up.
Comes
I'm
the
going to
crowd,
switch
yeah.
over.
Yeah. Here
Time
we
for
go.
me to be a cameraman. Adios.
There you go. All right.
I'll make some comments too, but I'm going to mainly try to operate this thing.
There you go. All right, folks. Finally, we're going to get some. Everybody's going to get to see some shoot-offs here. This will be peg 4. Looks like we got the seniors coming up first here. Will Fennell, George Digweed. I don't know if there's anyone else, if it's just those two. And the seniors, I think it's just Will and George. This is exciting. I mean, it really is. I wish everybody
Yeah,
that's at
I
home
mean-
watching could see this. I hope David's.
Yeah, I'm
Getting
glad
it
everybody
zoomed
gets to see
in
this
it.
too. I mean,
Yeah.
you know, and I'll make a quick comment. I started in 2019, like we just mentioned, and I remember watching the PSCA videos ad nauseum over and over and over and over again.
Yes.
And I thought, man, the sport is, it's great to see the nuances and the reactions and the fanfare and the competitiveness. And obviously that went away for reasons that it did. But I'll always be a shooter first, and I'll always want to know what's on the shooters' minds and what they're thinking, what they're doing, and how they're prepared and everything. And I think it's a great outlet. So I appreciate you guys doing this.
Well, even to a lower class competitor, to be able to watch these top level world competitors shoot, they can learn a lot just by watching.
Oh yeah.
Being observant and let's not worry about an autograph, but let's watch what they're doing and seeing how they're doing it, and it's amazing. You see some of these top level shooters, they'll hang on to a target longer than you would, or they might take it off the arm as quick as they can.
There's so much left out on the course that a shooter doesn't get to see or hear about, and it's great to be able to get it out there for everybody.
And sometimes it's hard to describe it. You actually have to see it and watch it for yourself, and that's what we're trying to do right now. We're trying to bring that to you. I think David's getting the camera adjusted to where you guys can see the shooters from the peg. We talked about this, FITASC being an unmounted game. In other words, you cannot have the gun full mount when you call pull. You have to be down from a dismounted position. Yesterday with the make or break shoot off, that was more of a standard sporting clay shoot. They can start from a mounted position. This, you're going to get to see exactly what I was trying to describe on Friday. Yeah. And you're going to see how the best do it. George Digweed has won world championships across 5 decades. I think I heard him say earlier he's been shooting for 45 years. He's won world championships over the last 5 decades. So he's the greatest of all time in our sport. He has more world titles than anybody else. And you're going to see why here in just a minute.
Right now, I got Zach and Digweed. Oh, now Zach's gone.
Take a look at George. He's standing back from everybody else, and he's kind of taking in the landscape. I mean, this is important.
Yeah, cool, calm, collective.
How he can read the targets and figure distances and angles.
FITASC chief referee just gave the instructions and the format for Peg 4. Some of the audience that was sticking around up here, so it's great to see them involving the gallery and the sport as well, and the finality of it.
Yeah, just so everybody understands, the Federation sends a team of referees to a world event, like World FITASC event like this, and they are extremely knowledgeable. You're not going to pull anything over on one of these refs, that's for sure.
No, nothing got by any of these refs, that's for sure.
They've seen it and experienced it all, and they know what's right and what's wrong, and they will be the first to call something out. So. You got him on camera there, Dave?
Oh, yeah.
All right, good deal. Getting ready to get started here.
Like they're waiting for a couple more to finish up on Peg 3, and then they'll make their way up here.
Is that what they're waiting on?
Yeah.
Okay. I wasn't sure what's happening. They're all looking that direction. I wasn't sure what was going on. Look at where they're at with the peg, and look at the distance of these traps. I mean, that B trap out there, David, I'm going to say that's probably every bit of a good 75, 80 yards.
Oh, no, that's at least 100 yards.
You think so?
That B-trap?
Well, yeah, from here. I would say from there, you're probably.
I'm talking about from the peg that they're going to be shooting at right there. That B-trap is out there.
Yeah, that boy's moving out there, son.
Save the Arkansas talk, would you please?
Each trap definitely has its own
technically, I'm from Ohio.
I know, but your brain's been.
I've been down that the southern part of the United States down in Arkansas.
Yeah, there you go.
Eating me some horse doovers last night over here.
David, when they show the show targets, are you going to be able to see those with the camera?
Yeah, I mean, I can try my best. I mean,
Okay.
this is a pretty zoomed-in lens, so I may have to, it'll be hard to kind of track, and I won't be able to like see the whole view, but we'll try. I'll definitely be able to get in and see, the expressions of them shooting. It's kind of like perfect setup here because it's almost like, we're the press box on the 18th hole.
Yeah.
We're seeing the last final part of it. This is interesting, the way that they're doing it. I've been I was actually in a shoot-off for the silver and bronze medal with Richard Faulds back in 2019 in England for this shoot. And I can speak a little bit to what it's like being in this position because it's a unique experience. There is no other shoot-off like a shoot-off at the World Championship for the FITASC because of how it's a full layout, but also it's a full layout that, basically like a couple hundred people are following you around. It's new style FITASC. It's a new set of targets every single time. And there's a lot of downtime, so you're sitting there waiting, listening to the crowd. You're hearing people make the comments, talk about who they. It's a really, really. There can be a lot of pressure on the situation, and you'll be able to see that, in the face of the shooters and how what they're doing. I can tell you that, I don't know all the guys in the shoot-off up here, but I know obviously there's a good few of them that have plenty of experience in there, in that position. All right, I'm going back to the camera because I'm going to try and see if I can get
Eric,
some of the
you gonna
guys
leave us
walking
here for a
up.
minute?
I'm going to let you head up in here for a second. And,
Okay,
Thanks,
thank
Eric.
you for joining us, Eric.
Well,
we appreciate
thanks,
you so much,
glad
buddy.
to be here, and
Thank
thanks
you.
for the kind words. And,
Thank you for all your
thanks
help,
for tuning
buddy.
in, everybody.
All right, buddy. Thank you, sir. Got Rad Chad Roberts coming back in. We're going to call him our lower field reporter. Down there in the bottom in the trenches. Was anything been decided, or they all?
Holy smokes! I don't know if it was
Okay.
decided or not because I was just catching the targets, but we had some malfunctions down there and some nerves. We had Madison Sharp had a malfunction on peg 2, and she went and shot. She had 1-on-1, and then the gun didn't go off, or she hit the primer, and then on the second peg. No, it was on the second peg. Sorry, and they gave it over, but she was supposed to miss it on the first shot. That's how you do it in FITASC.
Right.
So if you miss your first shot and it's a single bird, and you take your second shot at the bird and it doesn't work because the gun doesn't work, you're allowed to shoot it again with a malfunction, but you have to miss your first bird, and she shot it.
Oh, no.
I think the nerves, she just went right for it and got it, and that was a lost bird automatically.
Oh, my goodness.
So we get to the third peg down here, and she had another malfunction, and it's an automatic. So after your first one, you don't get any more. So she went down 2 birds. It looked like Halen was going to catch up based on what I was calculating in my head, but she dropped to her last pair over here on the last peg. So I don't know where they're.
We got a little bit of drama unfolding on.
Yeah,
front of us,
and I didn't really pay attention to. Everybody, they have them in 2 squads. We have some seniors and juniors together, and then
Right.
we have the open category with men for second place and third, and the women's category.
So help us out here, Chad.
Yes,
I know
sir.
you've been following us. Is it only Will and George shooting off for veterans?
No, there's a person from Italy also.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right. So I was missing somebody in
Yeah.
that group. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know his name, but yeah. So we have Will, and I don't know his name, and I apologize, everybody, but he was doing pretty good there. I don't know where he's at. I just kept on sending over scores to you guys where they're at, and I wasn't keeping. They don't have the big PSCA boards
Don't have
like
the
the
big
old
boards.
days, right? So where's the golf boards? Where's the leaderboard?
We need a leaderboard. Yeah. My goodness, look at this crowd.
Yeah,
Unbelievable.
it was pretty good. I see Halen over there in the back. When she came off the peg, she goes, "Oh well, I think she kind of feels like that's it. That was her chance." But we have one more peg to go.
Yeah.
So we'll see. I think they're all shooting at the same time, the 2 groups. So we'll see how it goes now. Unless there's a tie, I'm not sure how they're doing it, but they're talking about it right now down there with the chief referee.
I'm trying to get a slow pan over here of everybody in the crowd, I also got patrons hitting my tripod below me. But I can't zoom out with this lens, so the crowd looks much less intimidating, or, oh man, look who it is. It looks much smaller than what it really is.
My head's
but
huge.
No, not the head, the crowd. But
Look at that pair.
Looks like
there's
we're
a lot
viewing
of people. Oh, we're
Yeah,
viewing
we got
targets.
some,
Yeah,
we
we're
got
viewing
some hot
targets
rods.
here.
We got a quarter and away target right to left. It's a big, deep quarter and away target. It
Was that the
looks-
Delta target?
Yes, sir.
That is huge. And look at
Not-
that
Did
Bravo
did
target.
I'll bet
It
you
is
they'll
out
throw,
there.
they threw some stuff over there. There was a midi, and you could see it across the field behind the police ring over there. That orange target was all of 70 yards. And
Wow.
Hey,
very
let's
few
do
people
this.
did.
For the people that are watching, I'd love to get some comments on what they would, because like with this lens, it's kind of, do you guys want to see the shooters, or do you want me to try and see the targets? I mean, I can give you my opinion. I'd probably think it'd be better to see the shooters and a little bit of everything, but you let me know what you guys want to see.
So it looks like Connor's going to go first here for the singles. Crowd's quietening down. So the
Viewing
first,
that Bravo target, big, huge Shondell.
yeah, it's kind of a
Every
flat,
bit of
big.
75 yards.
I would give it all that and some, right? That little ravine down there makes it look even farther than it is, maybe. Very deceiving.
Wow.
But it's slowing down right at the end as it curls in. You can
Right.
see when it hits the ground, it's not even breaking, so you can tell it doesn't have a lot of spin towards
So
the end.
let's take a look at this Delta target.
Okay, for you folks, if you know anything about skeet, that's going about 3 to 4 skeet fields. So that spring is about as tight as it can get on that D target, and it's getting out of here and going.
Big track teal quartering out type target.
Yeah,
That's a compound angle for sure.
Yeah, right and left. And then we have the opposite direction
Oh
with a
my
little bit more
goodness.
cross. There's got a little curl in it. And again, another target that doesn't break when it hits the ground, which means it doesn't have a lot of spin, but they're throwing it really far. And big, slow targets like that are very hard to break.
Oh, yeah.
You got to put a lot of choke in it. People, if you ever get online, you're talking about, what chokes to use. When you get in these shoot-offs, you go as big as you go big as you can get,
Yeah.
The last target's probably the give me target, the C target. It's a little bit low, Shondell right to
A little
left.
slower.
Yep, landing, but it's still landing about 40 yards now.
Okay, so it looks like
They're up on the stand where we shot the make or break yesterday for their final, so that means it's elevating them. So these targets are going to look flat and at eye level when they're really not.
Right.
George is up. Okay, George is having some of the trash cans move around. Maybe it's coming into his peripheral vision. These guys get very anal about what they see when they're getting in the cage.
It looked to me like he just couldn't see the menu.
Oh,
he's moving a menu.
Moving the menu out, yeah.
Maybe they had it too close to the cage. What do you think, David?
Yeah,
A little close.
A little close and underneath, George.
yeah, it'd be hard to see.
But I'm particular like that. Sometimes if there's shells in this cage, I'll have to clean them out. I have to have it clean when I'm shooting.
We're sporting clay shooters, dude. Everything bothers us.
Right. Okay, here's
Boy,
George for his first one.
This referee here.
Misses on the first and
First
second
bird is
shot.
a-
That
yeah.
one looked like he was a little behind on the second shot. First one looked maybe in the front, but we'll see. Too bad we didn't have a little slow-mo camera action over there with David.
Hey, Chad, you want to yell at that referee to move so I can get a better shot?
No,
Hey.
don't, please. Don't do that. Don't do that.
George sets up. Hammers that
First
D
one's
target.
dead.
Now that was more like he just went to it and killed it. Didn't
Yeah.
It just
Yeah.
there was
Mounted to the
Can't
front.
see. Do you remember what the next bird was? It's a B. It's the
This is the C target.
C
No,
target.
I'm sorry. This
Alpha.
Is the alpha target.
alpha target.
And he hammers that
Hammers
on
it.
the way out. And then now the C target, which is
C,
the
Charlie.
closer target, coming from right to left below his feet. Now it's getting above his head, and he hits it. He hits it at the peak. Tries to shoot a chip. Didn't make that.
Okay, I'm
He
not
didn't
one
hit
to
the chip on
brag,
that. I
but
saw no chip hitting there.
I'm
All
not
right,
one
so
to brag
George-
on that,
He
but
straight it down.
that was probably the best shot I had all week. I had that fully zoomed in and had the target fully in view in the video.
Nice.
Better than any of the 200
So
shots
George-
I took on the main.
George dropped one on his singles.
Yep. So here's the Italy guy. And
Hits
he
it.
hits the
Second shot. Nice
top
shot.
left side of that target at the end. And like I said, I think that's probably where you're going to hit it because it's going to slow down the most. And I think it's going to get you to want to shoot it early.
Right.
Got to be patient. Hits the D target on the second shot straight out in front of him. Good 60, 70 yards away. That was awesome. Alpha Bird next from left to right.
Nice. Hammers
Centered
it.
it. Absolutely perfect shot.
Understand, people, they need to figure this out on these singles because they're going to get them in pairs here in just a minute. So
Now he gets his C target. Going to peek out in front of him. Misses on the first shot, pounds it on the second shot.
So
Nice
he
shoot.
ran all of his singles.
So he's got one up on George. I don't know where they were standing, but
So Connor Daniels up here for the juniors.
yeah, on the last peg, I know that George lost a pair there. Connor hit it on his first shot. No fear, man. No fear.
No fear. Young eyes.
He's not chicken winging like he used to. Hits it on the first shot. That was faster than anybody so far.
That was hammer.
That was quick. That was a good move.
My
It's going over to
autofocus
the
got
anchor.
me on that one.
Nice second shot.
Looked like he backed off the throttle on the first shot, didn't
Yeah.
it? And then he kind of said, uh-oh, and then
Kind
gassed it again.
of gave it a little goose.
We've done that before, haven't we?
Yeah, we
Bikes and
have.
stuff.
Yes. Didn't always end that well.
Yeah,
Nice.
he even got the piece.
Connor has ran all of his singles.
So that's for Junior, the second Junior here from France.
Apologize, do not know his name.
That's a lost bird. Ooh, I think he was mad at that one. What do you think?
I think so.
A target. Oh, it looked like he might have actually bumped it. It went up a little bit, but it did come off.
Yeah,
The
it
pieces.
didn't know.
Got to have a visible piece, everybody, to be able to hit that target. And he just shot that C target under power. Usually when somebody gets upset, they get they get trigger happy and they start driving the gun a little harder to make a point. They usually shoot really well.
Will Fennell up here.
And this is for Sini. He's been doing really well through the first 3 pegs. Really smooth. And it was good. That looked like a really nice pull away move on his first shot. On the B target. Big left to right. D target outgoing right to left. Quartering away target. Gets it under power. A target here. Left to right. Hits it on his
Nice.
second shot. He shoots 1 ounce Little Rhino 7.5 on pretty much everything. I don't think he shoots anything else. And he's just beating them down. That's
Very
awesome.
nice.
That's what he needs to do. Okay, Luis is up. Here's this Luis. Nope, this is the other guy. This is the
From Italy.
from Italy. I wish I knew his name.
David
Come to
knows
me.
his name.
David, do you know his name?
We discussed this
I-
earlier. From Italy.
Is it the Giuseppe guy?
Yes.
Yes.
I don't remember his last name.
So that's just happy. Oh, I saw him earlier this morning under 10 having a coffee. He looked very relaxed before he went out for his shooting.
I want to apologize to the people that are watching this for my camera.
A target first and then shoot that B at
You
the
think
end.
so?
Yeah, I think it's
Okay.
going to have to be under power. And does not Giuseppe look like Frank Brenner?
I didn't want to say that, but I guess since you've already
sure
said it, I'll
does.
just back you on it.
Wow. There he goes. Hits the first one. And he hits the second one. Did he get
No, dead loss. Dead
it?
loss.
That sure looked like he hit it to me.
No.
Right there. Okay,
Will
here comes.
Fennell.
Shoots a Craig off parkour.
Fiocchi Little Rhinos.
Ranger sunglasses. Look at that. Some
Yes,
shooting glasses.
Ranger Performance Eyewear.
Yes, sir.
There it is. Dead pair.
Yeah, baby. If you can hear the crowd there, people, that was because our American just hammered that pair. Now it's on to George.
George Digweed.
And I'm not sure if that did it or not because George did drop a pair on the last peg. And
Well, he dropped one of the singles.
yeah, but on the last peg over in 3, he dropped a pair.
Did he?
And I know Will ran that pair, so I'm not sure where they're sitting at, but that might have did it.
You think so?
It might. We'll see
Okay.
how he does.
Well, we'll
but George
see
can
here.
do some. I wish he had a laser on his gun right now to see where he's shooting.
Oh, yeah.
That'd be cool. Let her rip, baby. And that, my
Lost pair.
friends, is a lost pair with a 27-time world champion.
Too many to count.
Too many to
across
count.
5 decades. Let's put it that way.
He's got more world titles than my age.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so this is a big one here coming up. We got Anthony. Let me look here.
I don't know who got it in the junior category, but I'm assuming Connor might have.
So Anthony will be shooting off against. All right, David.
Joaquin Luis.
Joaquin Luis.
Yep.
From Portugal.
I'm spotting somebody in the crowd. I would have never, ever recognized him up front, but we got our very own Wendell Cherry here from the United States over here, and he's got a beard and a half right now.
He does. I see that.
It's not even hunting season.
I know.
I did not know who it was.
He's
when I
trying to
first seen-
follow
Did
his
you-
student's
Hey, David,
lead
can
there
you
or
see?
something.
Can you see your boy over there, old Wendell with his big old beard?
Is he trying to follow his student's lead over here? Is that what we're having, or is he?
Listen, that's a good question. I feel like all he's trying to do is copy old Big Sexy over here.
You think we can get him in a bear pelt?
There you go.
I don't know. That's a good question. I think his beard looks awesome.
I think it's the best thing ever.
I think oh, hold on. Can you guys hear what he's saying?
I cannot.
I believe he gave it to Will Fennell. Everybody.
Really?
Yeah, congratulations, Will Fennell.
So I think actually though Wendell is the gold medalist and veteran.
Did he win outright?
Yeah, that was a shootout for third.
Okay.
Shoot off
Second
for bronze,
and third, right?
No, I believe that was a shootout for bronze or nothing.
Okay. So who got second?
I don't know. Jason's got the score.
Jason's got the phone. This will make it easier. I suppose I could look online, right, everybody?
There you go.
Wendell Cherry, Alessandro Gattini, and Will Fennell. So Will Fennell beat out
Will
George.
got the bronze.
Will
Yeah.
got the bronze.
He beat out George Digweed for
Okay,
bronze
cool.
medal.
Wendell
Yeah.
Cherry is our man
Wendell,
with a
Alessandro,
183
and Will.
Gold medal.
Gold medal for the
Veterans.
senior category and our veteran category. I apologize. He's over there standing there in his T-shirt and his big old long beard. I think he'll never cut that beard off again. Do you think?
Wendell?
Well, no, wait a minute here. I told everybody I didn't recognize Wendell back at the Caribbean Cup in
But he
February because he had a beard.
Then he
and
shaved it
then
on
he
Sunday.
shaved it, and everybody comes up to me and goes, "What are you talking about? Wendell doesn't have a beard." I'm
Yeah,
like,
right.
Wendell.
He did that. He was on my squad when he did it, and I didn't recognize him after he shot. And I was like, "Why'd you do it?" He goes, "I wasn't shooting well, and it didn't fit on the gun, so I shaved it off." But now I see him a few months later, and look at that. Here he is with another, even a better beard.
Yeah. So now this is going to be the ladies, Miss Madison Sharp, Halen Hanks, and Karen Miles. Looks like they're going to be mixed in a squad with Anthony Matarese.
So it looks like that Bastien Lang was the other person against Daniel Connor, and Daniel ended up with the bronze medal.
Nice.
So
Who was our junior champion, Chad?
Luc Cloutier.
Okay.
And then Pierre Caron Caron
with silver.
with silver for
Okay.
and all two were France, first and second, and then went straight to USA to Daniel Connor.
Gotcha.
And then another France person, Bastien Lang, was the person he was shooting up against, and he got fourth.
Okay.
And then
Very nice.
Now we're on the ladies.
Now we're on the ladies and second overall, right? This will be for silver for the Masters.
So we have Madison Sharp, Karen Miles, and Halen Hanks.
Yes.
This is for the gold, silver, and bronze.
Yes. All three American ladies.
And Madison, unfortunately, had a lot of
Bad luck.
Bad luck with the misfires and some malfunction. And you can blame it on the gun or whatever, but we shoot so much out here.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
with the amount of training that a lot of these folks have done coming into this event,
they put their guns to the ringer.
This is why we buy expensive guns. And
yes.
Anybody asks us, why do you need a good shotgun or a good factory that supports what you do in this game? And that's
it right there.
Because they can just.
Yeah.
I mean, if I shot this much out of a rifle, I don't think it could handle it.
No.
I mean, you would be replacing parts left and right. So these guns, yes, they're expensive, but
tens of thousands of rounds a year.
Yeah, tens
Literally.
of thousands. Yeah, I mean, just in the last 4 weeks, I've shot 4,000 rounds. So
yeah, there you go.
1,000 rounds
example.
a week with my Blaser that I already have probably 25 or 30,000 this year in it. So, like I said earlier, it was very expensive practice, but I cannot tell you how much excitement I have in myself and going forward.
But if somebody wants to get into this, they don't have to spend that kind of money.
No. And unless you're going to go after it, you're not going to shoot this much either. So go out and have fun at your local clubs, and get into it.
Okay, Karen's up here. Smokes that target. Bell, crosser.
She sets up, comes out of it, back online.
Hammers it, centered that target. My goodness. B&P shooter.
B&P shooter, Craigoff International.
Miss Halen Hanks, also B&P shooter.
Yep.
Blaser shooter.
Yep. Yeah, she was a Fiocchi shooter, and she won the Worlds with B&P, so she had the option of switching over, and she did. She hammers it on the second shot.
We literally have the worst spot for video due to every referee for a right-handed shooter.
Yeah.
Oh,
she
misses the delta.
Yep. Every referee, including the big one on the stand. That's really nice. Stormy is a good-looking dude from Burr,
Boy,
so
that is for sure.
He just takes up some space. Oh, she
hammers
gets mad.
that alpha.
That was a really nice move.
Yeah. Would you call that organic and very smooth and rhythmic?
I only was able to see the tip of her barrel. I don't know what.
Hammers that Charlie target.
You guys probably can see more of her movement than I can.
Okay, so Halen's getting down. Halen's getting down. She's lost one in the singles here. Anthony Matarese up, former world champion and national champion.
Current runner-up for this
Current runner-up here for a silver medal. That's what we're shooting off for with him.
Shooting the new Beretta SL2. New Briley titanium chokes, ported. Pila sunglasses. Hits it on the second shot. He had a chance to run it out right if he had ran the last peg in Fiocchi, and unfortunately those were some pulling away. You could see it with his barrel.
Now he's got this Charlie, the big Shondell.
Bird, and you're not supposed to pull the trigger.
Right.
And he Luis just hammered that B target over the tree, which is way earlier than anybody else has shot it. And he takes the D target at about as far as you can take it away.
My goodness, he took the top right corner off.
Targets, and he just ran that station all the singles. So
okay, now we're up for the pairs for the ladies. I believe. No, I'm sorry. Madison had not shot her singles yet. Misses the Bravo target.
Makes me wonder, what do you think, David, if you have a lot of malfunctions, and I know you are getting a lot of interesting things happen at the other worlds, do you think that gets in a person's mind?
I think it depends on the person. I think if it's, I don't know what type of malfunction she was having. If it's a type of malfunction where really essentially you're questioning the your equipment, then yeah, because you don't know if your shells are going to go off, or if they are going off, you don't know if you've got good patterns downrange. Little plug, that's why I shoot Game Bore. And it's really just, I think it really depends on what the issue is, and then really the shooter. If you run out of malfunctions already, and if it happens again out of your control, it's going to be -1. That's not good.
Yeah, because Halen's stepping up here now. The ladies will start their doubles
because Madison just missed the first 3 of the 4, and she hit only her
right
last
there.
bird.
Yeah.
So it was made me wonder if she just the fire gets out of it. Now they're shooting that big true pair birds, monster targets, man. I tell you what, that's something else right there. You almost can't even train that, people. I mean, you have to have some space to be able to do it. I mean, that is big, and most clubs don't have even that enough right to left or left to right space to put that type of target in it.
Yeah, right.
I mean, they are traveling, guys. It is easily going 7.
A lot's been said about pre-shot routines, and Anthony definitely has a unique one. You'll see him turn his shells. You'll see him, he's dancing back and forth, and what he's doing, he's actually getting his foot position, his body balance the way he wants it. Goes for a dead loss on that pair.
He's shaking his head pretty good, so I'm thinking he needed that.
Possibly.
We might not. He might be out right here with that.
He's putting his gun in his sleeve. He might believe that he's over.
Yeah, he's not looking good with that shot right there. Okay, that's a lost pair. So that, now Anthony's unbuckling his
now
gun
he's taking
again.
his gun back out.
He's even smiling. He's like, well, I think he only needed to hit one right there. That's what it sounded like and looked like. So now he's
I think they're tied.
I think he's going to have to find some ammo here.
Okay, Madison's going to try and redeem herself here with this pair. Not a good run at the singles.
No.
Did not fare well. Lost pair.
I think way out there.
Lost dead, but man, what a shot.
And
unbelievable.
it looks like she won. Everybody's hugging her. So I don't know what that means for Halen and Madison, because
I believe that puts Halen as the silver and Madison as bronze. Don't quote me on that. We'll find out for sure here, but listen here what the judge has to say. There you have it. So, Karen Miles, ladies champion. Halen Hanks for silver.
By one bird.
By one bird, and Madison Sharp, bronze. We have sudden death here.
Hey,
21-21.
I have to clarify something. I hugely misspoke. I called Anthony the current runner-up, and he's literally in a shoot-off for that. So that's my bad.
No, you said currently runner-up shoot-off.
Yeah,
you said it correctly.
Yeah, you said it right.
Okay, I didn't want to be disrespectful.
And everybody, I want you to get online and tell them so.
It's David's fault.
It's David's fault.
Yeah, we're blaming David.
Not the guy with spiky hair.
Yeah, not my intent. Yeah. I didn't want to jinx anybody or be rude. All right, that's good. I didn't realize I said it right.
Yeah,
but
you said it right.
I still think you guys are being nice, and I think I screwed it up.
Nope. Well,
it's not like you guys to be nice, though, so it's probably true.
You know
that
what?
I said it right.
I'm going to refrain from comment. So.
Here's Alex.
But you know,
from
the
Greg
rodent set this
by.
pizza down here for us a minute, about half hour ago, and my mouth is drooling.
I don't know how I'm supposed to eat the pizza. I got one hand on my camera, one hand on the microphone, and the other.
No. Yesterday they brought a plate of food for everybody, and you ate the whole thing. So we're going to.
They did not. That was for me.
No. Heather already clarified. So we're going to eat in front of you. We're going to eat in front of you and let you drool.
I'm going to have somebody come feed me.
So David,
Chad, will you feed me?
You know I will. Don't tempt me. I'll come over there and
The
feed you.
bromance is continuing. He already started
But
with
I'm
Zach.
just noticing something. You know how most
David, at one bird.
Well, one bird, yeah.
They're doing a single at a time.
I mean, I only would need one shot.
Oh boy, here we go. That's why you're running a camera, not your gun. Ooh, Anthony misses.
Made me laugh, and I
Yes,
couldn't
yes.
get a good shot because I only
Okay,
got one
here we
hand
go. So they're choosing another. I believe they're choosing another single.
Hey, I'm going to ask for anybody that's watching this if you could do.
Have you seen David's new tool?
If you wait, hold on one second, Chad. If you can do us a favor and share this on social media so that other people can see it, because we're really trying to help bring a little bit of, some content to people that aren't able to make it, because it's such a cool thing, and hopefully we can kind of.
Oh, that's
Oh,
it
there it
right
is.
there.
There we
Anthony
go.
Matarese gets the runner up.
Very nice.
He did it off of the second barrel on the second bird.
Anthony Matarese, runner-up, silver medal.
That goes along with the gold medal that he has in the past.
Yeah.
And then right behind his buddy and good friend Zach Kinbaum. So
Yes.
That's pretty
USA, gold and silver.
Weren't those two guys staying in the same house here?
Yeah.
They were,
Yeah.
not no more because of flooding.
Oh, that's right.
So David,
Yeah.
your tool, we have a new name for it. It's the Radula Fix.
Oh, I like it, man. I need to brand that deal.
So everybody
Make some
hang
money.
on here a minute. They're going to gather the top 3 overall and the top 3 ladies. We're going to do a little press conference here with them. Chad and I are going to be asking some questions, possibly David. Of course, you're not going to see our ugly mugs. You're going to see all of them instead. Give us just a minute here, folks. It'll take a minute to get up here. A lot of congratulations going on, a lot of handshaking going on. But just give us just a minute, and we're going to get these top 3 men's and ladies up here for everybody.
Hey, buddy. Can you get in your cooler? Can you give me one of the green bottle, the Topo Chico? Well, we got to do something here.
I'll grab you a couple of Chicos. I'm gonna go low.
Okay.
I'll probably go.
Yeah.
Focus on the
I don't want to be here either.
You want to eat before they eat or something?
Yeah, I do want to go eat. You want to meet somewhere?
Don't go anywhere, everybody. We will be right back. Just hang on a minute. We're going to get these shooters up here real quick.
Let me know. I mean, I can hang around a little longer. Can I grab you a Topo?
Topo? Yeah, my cart's right there.
Look at that stash.
Chad, this is a Diet Coke for you and one for Jason. I had it sitting there for you guys for a while.
I thought it was alcohol. Okay.
Nope, it's Diet Coke for you.
I appreciate you.
It should be the ice is melted.
It's all right. It's cool.
All right.
job. Oh no, wait, not yet.
All
Bye.
right. Are we good, David?
Now you're good.
All right. All right, everyone. So here's
Hey,
what
we're
we're going
back.
to do. Instead of a bunch of dead airspace while we're trying to get everybody, we're going to cut this, and then we're going to come back live as soon as we get the shooters up here, okay? That way everybody's not waiting. You guys go take a bathroom break, go grab you a drink. We'll be right back with these shooters. We'll be back live here on Facebook. Just give us a few minutes to kind of collect everybody. As you can imagine, this being a world championship, there's a lot of handshaking, a lot of hugs going on. So just give us a few minutes, and we'll get everybody back up here.
And 3, 2, 1.